Good afternoon. Welcome J206. Let's talk about today's assignment, which is the build a data graphic. You say, how do you build a data graphic? That sounds pretty complicated. And it would sound pretty complicated to me too if I hadn't done this before. And so I'm going to walk you through how to do it. And I think at the end of this video, actually these two videos that I'll put together, you're going to find it's really not that complicated and it's pretty straightforward. So let's build one. Your first data graphic, perhaps your first, maybe you're not your first. So I have added a link in the assignment page, building a data graphic here, to the California Community Colleges Chancellor's Office Data Mart. Data Mart, what does that have? That offers us lots of information about all the community colleges in California, which you can sort and categorize and organize into any number of ways to look at different data. We have grade data, we have enrollment, retention, and success rate, as you can see, student service stuff, matriculation, financial aid, and student head counts, which is a pretty popular one, common one. And actually have something about me too there, so I would be included in this report. You guys are included in this report. For the purpose of this assignment, I'm open to you choosing any data set you want from this page. I'd like you to focus on the data mart. However, if you'd like to just follow my tutorial here and branch off and change your data a little bit at the end, but mostly follow along here with student count, you're welcome to do that as well. So I click into student count, and that offers me a lot of drop-down menus, which makes it pretty easy to sort for data. Lots of government data sites actually offer this sort of drop-down selection approach, and that makes it pretty straightforward to decide what kind of data you want. And you can start your search again, you can play with it, you can do a lot of flexible back and forth till you find what data you want to download and then visualize. So let's start. I would like to drop into Cuesta College and find some data about where we are. And I'm going to do that by doing a district-wide search. And then I'm going to search for the San Luis Obispo district, which Cuesta College is located in. And I'll scroll down here till I find us. Here we are. Here we are. Oh, almost there. Almost there. What am I missing? I missed it. There it is. Okay. And so I've selected that drop-down menu. Term would refer to quarters, and annual would refer to years. So I'm going to take years in this case, although term would work too. If I did term, as you would see, I would see fall, winter, or summer. But I want to do it on a yearly basis here and for the purposes of this search. So then on an annual basis, I can search this year, last year, and so on and so forth back to all the way back to 92, 93, which is where the data is first available. In this case, I don't want to search, I don't want to pull all that data. That's a lot of years, and that's just a lot of data. So for this purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to go back 10 years. 10 years is, I think, a pretty good round number to go back and pull data to show a curve or a trend or a nice timeline of what's been happening, and that includes enough years that you can usually get a pretty good perspective. So I've gone back 10 years. I'm going to close that, and I'm now going to view this report. And again, I'm looking for student count, and I'm looking for Cuesta College, and I have a count actually in the San Luis Obispo Cuesta College. That's the district. So actually I'm going to add, I can see 2008 and 9. You can see we had 20,000 students in the district 10 years ago. If I scroll over to this year, or just last year, the student count has actually dropped by about 4,000. So that's interesting. So just by comparing those two numbers, you can start to ask some questions and perhaps tell a story about that. Why is that so? Why are we dropping 4,000 students, I wonder? I don't know the answer to that, but we can perhaps do some more work and figure that out. Or this data might be the jumping off point to figure that out too. So let's add the college name though for Cuesta College, and we'll update the report here. So I clicked again here. This picker lets me add some more variables into this, which is actually pretty good. So gender, age, ethnicity. For this point, just the Cuesta College, which is of course the only one. And so again, I checked that to make sure that we are in fact the only college. If you didn't know, yes, we are the only college in this district, but let's add gender now. And that will add, I'll update that. And so now we have gender breakdowns too of who was enrolling 10 years ago and today. So a few more women, a few less men. That was 10 years ago. Let's scroll back over and see. And it looks like 8 and 7. So I'm not sure if those are 51%. I see this year 54% 10 years ago. So already we're seeing some small trend differences, but trends nevertheless, or changes. And with visualization, we can see what's looking different and perhaps again find out why. I can add age group and ethnicity to this report, and we'll get a feel for who even more so than by gender is attending Quest College, and by age. So 19 years or less among females attending Quest College in 2008 and 9. As we can see, 39 African American count, and so on and so forth. And that gives us a lot of interesting data. So what I want to go ahead and do now is download this report. And I'm going to scroll back up here to export. This button is where we're going to download our file. We can do it in 3 formats that California offers us: Excel format, text format, or CSV format. CSV stands for comma separated value, and that is a very common file format for visualizing data, and so we're going to use that button. So go ahead and click that button and export it. That will complete your data download. Again, for the purposes of this assignment, you're welcome to go ahead and reproduce this data report, or you can drop out some of the stuff and do some different reporting. And looks like I just accidentally swiped too far on my mouse, and I maybe have lost my report. But you guys get the idea here from right up to that point. I'm going to reproduce this report now, download it, and then I'm going to bring it into Data Wrapper, which is our visualization tool. So there you go. That is the first step to visualizing data this week. And good luck on that. Feel free again to please do contact me if you have any questions about this. This is not too complicated, but I want to make it real easy for you. Okay, see you soon.